Earlier this year, a claim spread across the internet. It appeared in news headlines, in viral posts, and eventually in a statement from the United States government. The claim was this: the average human brain now contains about a plastic spoon's worth of plastic. It is a horrifying image. It is also, according to a growing number of scientists, probably wrong. Not the part about plastic being in your brain. That part appears to be real. The part about how much. And the gap between those two things, between the viral headline and the measurable truth, turns out to be one of the most important science stories of this decade. Start with where the spoon came from. In February 2025, a team at the University of New Mexico, led by toxicologist Matthew Campen, published a study in Nature Medicine. They analyzed brain tissue from people who had died in 2016 and in 2024. The results were startling. Microplastic concentrations in the frontal cortex had risen by roughly 50% in just 8 years. The 2024 brains held a median of nearly 5,000 micrograms of plastic per gram of tissue. Campen did the arithmetic for reporters. That, he said, adds up to an entire standard plastic spoon. Then in 2026, a second team weighed in. Researchers publishing in the journal Nature Health measured 191 human brains using 2 complementary techniques. Their median for healthy brain tissue was 50 micrograms per gram. Not 5,000, 50, 100 times lower. And they said so plainly, rebutting the spoon claim directly. Same organ, same planet, 2 laboratories, 2 orders of magnitude apart. Somebody is wrong. Understanding who and why is the key to this entire story. Here's the problem. Weighing plastic inside a human brain is brutally hard. The main method behind the high numbers is called pyrolysis gas chromatography mass spectrometry. You dissolve the tissue, burn what remains, and weigh the smoke. It is powerful. It is also blind in a specific way. More than half of your brain's dry weight is fat. And when you burn certain fats, they break into fragments that look almost exactly like polyethylene, the most common plastic on Earth. In 2025, a team publishing in Environmental Science and Technology concluded the method is not currently suitable for measuring common plastics in biological tissue. Germany's Federal Institute for Risk Assessment went further, calling the reported brain concentrations implausibly high, and pointing out possible contamination, right down to the plastic buckets used to store the samples. A comment in Nature titled "More Rigorous Science is Needed" made the same case. Campen's team rejects this. The criticism, they say, is conjecture, not data. And here's the honest position. 2 independent laboratories, using different methods, agree on the core fact. Plastic is present in the human brain. Imaging techniques that do not involve burning anything have photographed it there. What's not settled is the quantity. Whether the average brain carries a spoonful or a grain of rice is an open question, and it matters because dose makes the poison. So how does plastic get into a brain at all? In 2024, researchers publishing in JAMA Network Open examined the olfactory bulbs of 15 people who had died. 8 of them contain microplastics. The olfactory bulb sits at the top of your nasal cavity, and it is part of the brain itself. The implication is unsettling. One pathway may run straight up the nose. Every breath of indoor air, which one 2025 study estimated carries tens of thousands of particles a day, passes millimeters from brain tissue. In mice, nanoplastics fed by mouth reach the brain within 2 hours, disguised in a coating of fat that let them slip across the blood-brain barrier. And the exposure numbers are where this stops being abstract. In 2024, a study in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences found that a liter of bottled water contains, on average, about 240,000 plastic particles, 90% of them nanoplastics small enough to enter cells. Tap water, in the same research, runs thousands of times lower. A single plastic tea bag steeped at brewing temperature releases over 11 billion microplastic particles into 1 cup. Infant formula prepared at 70 degrees Celsius in polypropylene bottles can carry millions of particles per liter. And microwaving food in plastic, even plastic labeled microwave safe, release billions of nanoplastics per square centimeter of container in one 20L23 experiment. Your body is keeping some of this. In 2022, researchers detected plastic in the blood of 77% of healthy donors. It has since been found in lungs, in placentas, in breast milk, in testes, and in the arteries of the heart. Which brings us to the most important human study yet published. In March 2024, the New England Journal of Medicine reported on 304 people undergoing surgery to remove plaque from their carotid arteries. Nearly 60% had microplastics embedded in that plaque. Over the following 3 years, those patients had 4.5 times the risk of heart attack, stroke, or death from any cause. Read that again. 4.5 times. It is the strongest signal yet connecting plastic in the body to disease in humans. And it is still, technically, an association. The patients with plastic in their plaque may have differed in other ways, but it is exactly the kind of signal that changes research priorities overnight. In the brain, the mechanisms are coming into focus. In 2023, a study in Science Advances showed that charged nanoplastics bind tightly to a protein called alpha-synuclein and cause it to clot into the fibrils that define Parkinson's disease. In mice, those clumps then spread into the dopamine-producing region of the brain. In 2025, a second Science Advances study found something stranger. Larger microplastics, too big to enter brain tissue at all, were swallowed by immune cells in the bloodstream and carried into the tiny capillaries of the brain, where they lodged, forming microscopic blockages that reduced blood flow and altered behavior in mice. Reviews published in 2025 consolidate the rest. Microglia, the brain's immune cells, activate around these particles. The tight junctions of the blood-brain barrier loosen. Oxidative stress rises. Mitochondria falter. All of it so far demonstrated in cells and in mice, mostly with polystyrene spheres, not yet in people. And that is the sentence this entire story hangs on. Plastic particles are proven to be in human brains. Toxic effects are proven in dishes and in animals. But no study anywhere has yet established that microplastics cause any human brain disease. Every human link, including the 4.5-fold risk, is an association. The viral spoon is contested. The fear is running ahead of the data, which does not mean the data is reassuring. It means it is unfinished. So what can you actually do based on evidence rather than anxiety? A few exposure routes are big enough to matter. Bottled water carries thousands of times more particles than tap. Boiling hard tap water and then filtering it removed 80 to 90% of its nanoplastics in a 2024 bench study. Loose leaf tea avoids the tea bag problem entirely. Food microwaved in glass instead of plastic avoids one of the largest measured releases. None of this reduces your exposure to zero. Nothing can, on a planet where plastic has been found near the summit of Everest and at the bottom of the Mariana Trench. But it shrinks the biggest faucets. As for removing what is already inside, you may hear about apheresis, a blood filtering procedure that one 2026 article promoted as a way to pull microplastics out of circulation. The honest label for that is speculation. A small pilot study found hints. Nothing more. No one has shown that it lowers the body's burden or improves any health outcome. Here's what I find genuinely clarifying about all of this. 20 years ago, the question was whether plastic was getting into us at all. That question has been answered. It is in our blood, our organs, our brains. The question for the next 20 years is what it does once it arrives. Science does not know yet, and a question that science cannot yet answer is not a reason for panic, and it is not a reason for complacency. It is a reason to pay attention and to support the research that answers it honestly. If this video gave you something to think about, like it, subscribe to The Science of Wellness, and share it with someone who deserves the evidence rather than the headline. The truth about this topic is still being measured. We will keep following it.